Stream is about to start. Grab your favorite drink. Sit back and relax. You're chilling with HexAsians. With your host, Crypto Vince, Uncle Kevin Hex, and Middle Class Working Man.
HexAsians? Nice.
Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa! Emotional damage! Give me sushi!
Namaste, HexAsians. Welcome back to another episode with me, your host, Dheeraj. I hope a few more people join while we are waiting for them. Those watching this on replay, please turn your speed to 2x. And in comments, let me know what you guys are drinking. I am drinking some Monster Energy drink, sugar free. Uh, you know, I have to tame the monster inside of me and not be too negative about the stuff. But hey, that's the way things are right now, and I have to be a bit more cautious. There were, like, if you have been watching or using social media, there are a few things I would like to talk about. Uh, but before we get to them, I'm having this weird reaction to this caffeine I had right now. It's called the caffeine paradox, I think. Sometimes, wh- normally, when you have caffeine, you feel energized and more aggressive, I would say. But now, what happens if you're very tired, then it kinds of tires you down a bit more. I'm feeling a bit sleepy, so probably I'll keep this stream short unless the live stream goes on as long as it has to, but that's a different story. So, in major news, last week, sorry, we had the blood moon that happened on the 16th of March, I think 15th of March. Blood moon brought blood on the streets for especially for Hex. Uh, we mainly because it's coincided with news that the SEC has filed for a petition to, or rather, filed a petition to extend its case, or it needs more time to refile the case against Richard Hart. And like always, any news is seldom news event. So we saw a huge amount of dumping for Hex. Not just Hex, but Pulse Chain, Pulse Hex. So overall, and that is what kind of made me sad. But you see, if you look at the thumbnail of this video, uh, it's, you know, first of all, again, a shout out to Quen AI by the Alibaba Group, which I used for generating this thumbnail, and it did a magnificent job. It's a captain of a drill ship saying, "I'm not leaving," while there is production testing going on uh, in the background. Now, I didn't expect. I did have to generate the image a couple of times, but I it got it perfect. I say. Uh, so because I wanted to share this kind of example or an anecdote of myself uh, from a long time ago, that when I was working as a medic on a drill ship, we faced a hurricane that in the in the southern hemisphere it is called a cyclone. So we faced a cyclone. It was called Thane, which was moving in the direction of my the drill ship that I was working on. But and due to being the skeletal part of the skeletal crew required to be on the ship, I didn't get the option to leave. And at so like at one point of time, you just have to give up everything, accept that not everything is in your control, and yeah, just brace for impact and hope everything goes well. Well, in terms of the crypto markets, not just crypto markets, the entire economy in general, we are waiting for something like that. There are a few things that are going on. Of course, we discussed the Trump war, trade war that is going on, that is affecting the markets. A Tesla boycott. Well, Tesla, along with its share price, it brings down was it S&P 500, and which is like bring down the entire market down together. Not really helpful. But there is another kind of a risk that very few are talking about, and that is Trump's plan to drill baby drill, which again, part of the reason why I chose the drill ship as an example for the thumbnail. Now, see, drill baby drill is great. You will be reducing gas and petroleum or gasoline prices, but or oil prices in general. But you have to be aware that all the what do you call oil rigs that are currently operating have a profit margin, and which is very thin, because that's how things are. Oil prices are kind of manipulated by the OPEC cartel, and they keep it just above of what is profitable. If Trump brings in all this oil, or unearths this all this oil, the prices going down might bankrupt a few oil rigs. In theory, we never know, everything adjusts dynamically, but it won't be uh, like it will. hurt the oil and natural gas companies, which is again not good for the economy. They will have layoffs, unemployment, but also like drilling itself is quite uh, what's the uh, financial jargon? Capex intensive. That is, yeah, to drill, you have to do a lot of expansion. You have to invest a lot of money. Now, when that is being invested, that money is diverted from other projects, which is we don't know how things will be, but there is always a slight chance of a dry tap or like a failure of the oil rigs. So that is also a risk, uh, whether or not that drill baby drill plan will be profitable. But that doesn't matter really because we I, I think I mentioned this earlier. Like we are reaching a peak oil demand in general. Plus, on top of that, China, which is one of the largest consumers of oil and natural gas, not really, but yeah, it does require a lot of energy. It is planning to build, I think, around 10,000. I think that is an exaggerated number, but maybe 1,000 uh, new nuclear power plants, which will be thorium based, because they have apparently found a huge stockpile of thorium, uh, which is supposed to be able to provide them energy for the next 60,000 years. Uh, that is just moon math, I guess. But so overall, in this environment, we don't know how things will play out, and that is why we have this uncertainty, and this uncertainty is what is causing the markets to go down. But what I say, here is the problem with kind of energy production. Like the more you produce, the cheaper it gets. There is always going to be induced demand for it, and currently we are already seeing a huge chunk of demand for energy, especially with this new AI uh, going launching, and there have been so many new AI models being launched. I have lost count. The notable ones being the Manus AI. It's funny, Manus is Latin for hand, uh, which is, and it's agent AI, so you can task it with other activity. But in Hindi or Indian language, Manus is uh, means man, so human. Like so, it's kind of funny. Funny. Oh, I see. Tin Top was up. Tin Top, long time no see. Um, the other one being the current uh, Ernie AI Ernie bot by Baidu. Like Baidu is the uh, Goo- Google equivalent of China. Chinese Google is what it's called, and it's really popular, and it's supposed to be even cheaper than DeepSeek AI. So it's becoming very popular. So amazing, amazing. So yeah, AI is going to be available for the masses. We are going to be increasing our energy needs, and we need all this energy. But really, is there like any productive use of these AI? Like, has there been any productive use? I haven't seen any like a great app or application that has been launched using AI that has been profitable. AI video generation, etc. Good for entertainment. But do we really need so much entertainment? Like, there are already there is so much content already in the archives on all the streaming websites. Like, who needs and there are so many movies coming out. I like I haven't watched any good movie for a long time. I just watch reruns or clips of it on YouTube. But yes, the other thing regarding AI generated videos, which is the SpaceX capsule that has rescued the pilots or astronauts that were stuck at the uh, ISS International Space Station. Uh, like if I like whether the video or was real or not, there is no way to disprove. So there is no way to prove. But yeah, it looks a lot like a AI generated video, especially the docking part where what was that Falcon rocket I think docks with the SpaceX. That pandemic. Tintop is saying I bought some Cubic as an AI play. I don't use any AI agents. Uh like agents, I am not you. I'm still wary of using AI agents directly. I just use the LMM like just for chatting. The most thing I use it for is thumbnail generation, rarely asking some questions for fun or like, but really, uh, I hope people are doing better use of it because here's the thing, and one thing that hasn't been completely solved is yeah, AI does hallucinate sometimes. So if you aren't like a subject matter expert on what you are asking the AI, it will lie to you without any hesitation. But I think that has reduced a lot. Uh, Now it even gives you reference points so you can confirm them yourself. But who is to say that those reference points are real or the links to the articles are real? So random, random. I think while we are at it, let me go back and check the Hex price. Let's see how things are doing. Mhm. Do you guys have anything else to talk about? I know the SEC case, I think, is the hot topic, but like we have done this before, we'll do it again. Like, it's just a scare tactic. And I think I had posted this documentary, like lawfare regarding, especially now that was regarding patents, but it's about lawfare, which is like they want you to be stuck in lawsuits till you get bankrupt. But luckily, I think Richard has good lawyers and he won't be backing down. So that's and hopefully he will, maybe he can counter sue and get some compensation in return, but that is very far-fetched. Other than that, like the main thing is, see, SEC lawyers and as well as the judge for the case is going to be paid for the number of cases that go on, not for cases that are concluded or dismissed. So yeah, they want cases to be ongoing. And on top of that, I suspect that the Department of Government Agency already has its eye on the SEC, so it is like trying to show that it is being efficient and productive so that their department doesn't get cut. But yeah, that's a far-fetched theory, but that's what I believe. Um, Other than that, uh, yes, the OA ended its stakes, which were like 1 month long for, uh, and now it has restaked for, I think it's a ladder like 1 year, 10 years, something like that. I kind didn't I kind of tell you guys like, yeah, I think that's, and even Richard Hart, like he has made his intention clear that he wants inflation rate to go down for Hex, which is in theory a good thing, but uh, price doesn't agree with that so far. Maybe we'll see that later. But what was it? Yeah, no, I like as is expected. Like the restaking was kind of expected. I know there were a few people who were saying that, oh, it maybe it will emergency and stake and distribute rewards to the stakers for being loyal. That is like the opposite of what Richard Hart would want to do if he was in control of the OA address and wanted the inflation to go down. So nothing. These are going to be rolling stakes. Like I said, w what I expected and is true. Like there are a lot of emergency and stakes happening, especially now and more so in the next couple of years. Because remember, the average year of or average stake length for Hex was around 6 years, uh, give or take. Well, during its first year, so we are approaching that time of like when a lot of stakes can be ended without occurring too much of a penalty, and we are seeing a lot of big end stakes, emergency end stakes, which is kind of a good thing. Like it compensates for the reduced uh, staking rewards, uh, or mining reward. But mm, yeah, we are going to be seeing this rotating or uh, stakes from the OA. I expect for the next couple of years at least. But this, I think it did have a bit of a positive effect on the hex chart. Let me see if I can share screens. Is yeah. Sorry, looking. This is the weekly chart. Still looking negative. But if you see, we are back to like maybe this was a retest of the previous low on December 16. Uh, yeah. But if you look from September, mid-September to now, we are still up around 2x or 100%. So if you DCA'd in, you probably are kind of okay. You know, I will stop sharing. Not looking good. But, yeah, like right now, I think Richard had posted it's like, oh, I was born in the bear market. I, I raised by it. So these things aren't going to shake me up. I'm going to be staying here for a long time. The X keeps minting. Pulse chain keeps rewarding me for a farming. I'm doing okay. Other assets are also there. The bad part, yeah, we do have some vampires that are sucking out liquidity from Pulse Chain. The late, like, the latest one being, or it's not the latest one, but still the latest attack that occurred was somebody minted a 10 million P die and dumped it for die and bridged it to Ethereum. So yeah, these kind of stuff is still happening. I don't know. The PDI guys are saying that, oh, it is just part of the plan for the beginning. Hope it is true. Uh, but uh, are they just delusional? I don't know. I don't care, but it is definitely hurting the price of all the tokens on Pulse Chain. So we don't know. Then there is no something I had been thinking of lately. Like, no, I'm not chilling any other blockchain. I'm just saying, what if, you know, because this is something I think I think it was Trevon James who suggested it, and I think I was also part of that camp that we should have launched Hex on Tron chain, Justin Sun's blockchain. We would have not had any of these problems at all. Like first of all, the guy, the ecosystem of Tron is completely different. And you can call them degen, meme coiners, altcoiners, whatever, but they are more open to new projects. And you know Justinson has done a lot for promoting Tron and not just Tron, the crypto in general. You would have had great ally if you had done that. Like he, but all and we wouldn't have to had to fork Hex uh, or form another chain. Maybe Richard Hart would have done like launched his own chain anyways, but like the whole thing didn't need to happen if you were on Tron. Plus, like I used it a couple of days ago. I had some I had bought in 2020, still looking good. But uh, yeah, the transactions are really cheap, almost free. It is, yeah, it is more expensive now, but than it was in 2020. But still, so many things could have been avoided. But it's Richard, eh, and like he said, like if you want something done, you do it. Well, I do have something I want to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it. Yeah, I have said I'm going to launch a meme coin on Pulse chain, but yeah, with the change in the like liquidity pool mechanic for uh, Pulse pump tires, it's like now it will go into the Pulse Pulse X V1 pool, which doesn't pay out like uh, pay out fees for uh, to the liquidity providers. That means I have to set up a second pool on V to earn uh, rewards. Then that causes liquidity fracturing, which is a different issue, um, and not a good experience for the public in general, because it when there are two pools, there is always a risk of MEV attacks, which by the way, was reminded that there was recently an MEV attack on a Ethereum user whose transaction got front run, and he lost around $120,000 while transacting between uh, USDC and USDT. Crazy. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. All these risks. I am running a Monte Carlos simulation. We'll see. We'll see soon. But like running or starting a meme coin is easy, but if you really want it to pump, it requires a lot of advertising. I don't know whether I'll be able to do it. That's it. Anything else to talk about? Nothing really. Markets are down. Yes, so one more thing. OKX was attacked, or the OKX Dex was attacked by the Lazarus group, the same group that hacked Bybit. Uh, so I don't know what, like it's still upcoming news. I haven't had any details yet whether there were funds stolen or any users were affected. But yeah, that is the state of crypto. Mm, I think that is all the things I wanted to say so far. And since the chat is quite silent, uh, I think I will cut this live short. But let me remember if there anything else. No. Yeah, and there is a cha- last thing, that is there is a giant short position by some whale on Bitcoin. I think it's on BitMEX. Uh, there is a $300,000 or for an 8x leverage short on Bitcoin. The I think the liquidation price is at 85K. I don't know, man. You don't place such high bets without knowing something from the inside. I know there are people who are trying to hunt down that short and get him liquidated, but I'm saying, why are you trying to go against the trend? Just let it go. Like theoretically, theoretically, like what we saw from the whatever in the COVID pandemic, Bitcoin dropped 65%. So if we think the Trump election was the top, we need a Bitcoin to drop another 65%, which would put it in the territory of 420K, uh, 42K, not 420K, 42K. Not impossible, but yeah, it will be very painful for everybody. Those who will survive that will have great stories to tell their grandchildren. Uh, yeah, and I hope to be one of those people that, yeah, crypto is how we made our wealth. Isn't that the dream for all of the crypto pros? I hope so. Well, I have run to the end of my wits. I will see you guys next week. And bye bye.